Hey YouTube, Jason here with DayTradingFearless, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for all my videos. So, as always, let's get right into it. So today we're going to talk about the 30-minute 20-day market profile chart. This is a combination of both volume bars and also monkey bars on the Thinkorswim. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll make sure I leave a link to this chart down below in the description so you can actually have a copy of this chart. So here is the volume profile chart, okay? And what this does is it gives you your value area high, value area low, and the point of control, and it's based on the last 20 days of trading right here. And also over here is what's their monkey bars, which is also, if you know who Shadow Trader is, how he uses a wind trader. I believe it's called, or whatever he does with the time frames for his bar where it gives you numbers and letters. This is essentially the same thing. So right here you could see, right here you have double prints, but you have a single print start just right here, right? And a lot of times you could, if you zoom in, you could use these levels right here, okay, and just draw a level and use them as support or resistance levels for excess or anything like that, if you understand how market profile charts work. But like right here you have the single print and all this, and let me zoom in a little more. From here down are all your single prints, right? So this is a lot of excess, where what happened was price went down and then came back up more than likely. Here you have excess right here, right? And they're all single prints. And look at how price will probe and then reverse. Probe into it and reverse. And a lot of times these levels will act as support or resistant levels. So up here you would have one, right, because you have excess up here a little bit, and you have your single prints just right there. So great way to be able to try and identify support or resistance levels or turn around. You also have your your point of control right here, which is the yellow line, and then the shaded area is your value area high and value area low, where 70% of all the volume is traded within those levels. And then over here, same thing, value area high, low, so 70% of all the trading's here, and then the white line is your point of control. Now, as price falls, right, so you could see we're building out a high volume low node right here. We also don't have excess to the upside. And one other thing is, this is a regular trading hour chart, not extended. So this is only during market hours. And so if price falls, you see a high volume node here, a low volume node here. Chances are if price comes down, you'll see buyers step in on the very first touch. As we come down here to the low volume node, one of two things usually happens. Either price will come down and bounce, or price will come down and blow right through that low volume node, and then maybe potentially retrace and start to fill this area up. So what do I mainly use this chart for? This is what I mainly use it for. I look for either gaps, and also on this chart is value area high, point of control, and value area high. And you could see that I actually have it right here. And so here I have my gap, right? But then I mark off these naked value area high, lows, and point of controls. So you could see we're about the first 15 minutes into the market as it opens. So what I'll do is we've already touched the upside. We've already touched the point of control, so those are no longer valid. But down here, the value area low is not touched yet. So what I'll do is I'll mark that off. And a lot of times you'll find these levels, as price comes down, you could get a quick little scalp, maybe a tick or 2 ticks, or sometimes a bigger bounce. All I look for are quick little scalp trades with the E-mini S&P futures on this chart. Now, once prices touch that level, I remove it and I move on to the next chart. Or sorry, I move on, I remove it. So let's say price came down, I would just right click and remove, and it's no longer there. Now, if we look, we have multiple gaps, vpocs, right? And all these value area high, lows, and point of controls. They're all naked. But all these you could see have already been touched by the next day or sometime in the future. But when we look back, look at how many there are just over the last couple months since this current, the ES-Z contract 2019, because I update them all the time. I start with a clean slate every 3 months, and look at the structure of this entire market. We have a ton of naked gaps, vpocs. We also have a ton of naked value area high and point of controls based on this chart. That's telling me this market is being built on very weak structure, right? Even though we're going higher, we will see that one day, and I'm not calling tops or bottoms, I'm just saying we will see those days where price comes down and it'll start to take all these out. And I always say you take the escalator up and the elevator down, or the window down, right? Because it'll take a long time to get all this, but we'll wipe all this trading action out in 1 or 2 days. And what happens is all these will now get hit, but a lot of times you'll see quick little bounces, maybe for a tick, 2, 3 ticks, something like that, a point just for scalps. So this is the way I use it. Again, I will put this chart down below inside a link to the chart without them. And the way I would do it if I were you guys, I would come over here. I name mine default 15 value area. That's me. Don't ask why. But what I would do is if I was new and I had this chart, I would just start looking what has not been touched. You could see this value area right here, high, has been touched, right, from this price action. Here, we've come close enough, so I won't put that. Anything within like a point or so, a point and a half, I'm not going to mark it, or I'll mark it as done. But this value area low has not been touched, so I would start to mark that. I would mark this value area low because this price action has not come down, and I'll also mark the point of control and value area high. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll right click, edit, and then go to yellow. So I know the yellows dotted lines are the point of controls. Now, to be able to get my gaps, what I do is I come over here to this chart, okay, my 5-day, 5-minute, and I'll start to mark off all. I'll go to the same study or a drawing set, default 15-minute VA, right? Value area, and I'll start to mark off all my gaps every morning. So I use this chart with this chart in conjunction to be able to get all of my things. So I'll show you right now. real quick. So I'll go to default, and you could see I've drawn the lines over on this chart, right? Value area high and lows that are naked. I'll come over, and what I'll do is I'll come over and say, hey, this hasn't been touched. This is a VPOC. So I'll come over here, I'll right click, edit, change that to yellow, extension to the right on, and I'll just rename it VPOC. You can name it whatever you want. This is the way I do it. And then I change it to a straight line. Click OK. Oh, and then over here, show name on, we'll show the name on the right, and then we'll show price on the left. And so we have VPOC and then the price. You could do it either way, however you want, because eventually it'll look like this. And you just keep building over and over, and this is how I get all of these support and resistance levels on the way up and down. And then every time we roll through contracts to a brand new contract, what I'll do is I'll actually erase all the lines and start from scratch. So I'll even kind of go back and I'll start to look at all these, maybe the last 5 or 10 days, and mark off any naked value area high or lows or point of control. Same with adding gaps. But and then from that day I'll start to build on. And as you could see over the last couple months on this contract, I have multiple where we've never come back to retest it. This is very poor structure. Not saying the market has to come back down or the market's going to do this or that, but it's just something to carry forward. So as always, I hope you enjoy it. What I'll do is I'll leave this chart with 0 lines on there, and also the 5-day, 5-minute chart, so you can load them to your platform. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching, and leave any comments or videos you'd like to see me do in the future. Have a good day. Thank you.